Hello YouTube, this is Bree. I'm the host of your channel Rebel Souls, and today I'm coming back at you with another NomNomNami game. This one is called Bad and Theater. This one was recommended to me off of my first NomNomNami video. Her tears were my light. So after this one, I'm not sure what we'll be doing next. But I'm really excited for this one because it seems to be very different compared to the other NomNomNami games we played. Not very different, but this one seems kind of more like RPG game-like and not interactive story. So I'm super excited to jump into this one, and I hope you all are as well. So get ready, and here we go. And I like this title music right here. It's really cute, but I can't turn it down in the settings. There's only turning it off. There is no turning it down, and that's my biggest issue. But it's okay. Welcome to Bad and Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. The demon doll. Yes. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy just minding your own business. How will I interact with the human doll? Right now, we'll play nice. You try to make friends with the human doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless! Yeah, ruthless? I was trying to be nice. I guess I chose a demon, so... You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. Okay, I see what you're saying here. I can't choose to be nice if I chose the demon. If I'm a demon, I gotta be a demon, you see. I see. This time try controlling the other doll. Okay. The human doll. I'm a friendly little guy just minding my own business. I'll be hostile, I guess. And it doesn't This is all because you chose to play nice in the first round. I messed up. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you chose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now, try turning the doll's behaviors on and off to see the different outcomes. Okay, we'll play nice. You and the demon doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. End tutorial. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. So, he's wicked and you're hostile, but if I am the demon and I try to be nice... Yeah, he still kills me because he's hostile. Okay. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically. Yep. Collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. Oh, okay. They're all locked. Oh, no, they're not. Ooh. Yeah, I want to be the Overlord. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army There's even a role called hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole overlord thing. If you're being quite honest with yourself, you don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kinda bothers you. What to do with this underling? Tell them go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the overlord sure is great. You awake to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out onto the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captured. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control, that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you are swallowed by darkness. Conquered overlord end. Wow! Okay, did I really... So I can't give the dude the day off. That's why I died. Okay. So do I keep replaying as the one person, or should I go through all of them once and then try to get all the different endings? Let's see. I suppose for now we should try playing through everyone individually. Will be the underling. You are a demon underling in service of the overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the overlord for a day off. She's surprisingly cool with it. Nice! You set out on your adventure outside the castle. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Hey, quit yelling, lady! When the maiden realizes you're not gonna hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she's started talking to you like your friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? If demons and humans have independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own language? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line from what you gather is that she wants you to take her to the overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk. Avenge your fallen comrades? Will that kill me? Is that what that means? I'll die. I ain't no coward. What does this guy think? Who does this guy think he is? Coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac? What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving his sword into the guard who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You liked that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for this hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. Tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there's no pain. Only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero's overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest. Victorious underling end. Hey, we died, but we saved everybody and killed the hero. Alright, reset the stage. So, hungry underling and tyrant overlord. So these are all because of the choices that I just made in their playthroughs, correct? This is interesting. A maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you were fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love catching those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You were in church, pray to your God, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You were impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were to just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon just to, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. The demon didn't seem to really be listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the overlord. You explain why you've come. She squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize they may not be the ruthless monster you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that must be why you'd never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really, they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be a super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you'd think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back at home. You kinda like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. But then, a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon, too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The Overlord has walked past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. Hold on, go on. The Overlord, who you had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. It's clear now that you had been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. You somehow managed to slip past the Overlord and make it out of the blood-soaked castle. You never look back. Escaped maiden and A. Interesting. Let's reset the stage. Alright. Now, we'll do the hero. Alright, here we go. Oh. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You were told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden, but demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. I don't like either of these options, but we're gonna slaughter the evil creatures. If I flee, I won't get to the castle to save her. Right? You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Diplomatic. Let's ask if they'll let me in. You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier. You haven't had the chance to wash off yet. Whoops. You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. You make your way through the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. You make it to the Overlord's chamber and hope you're still in time to save the maiden. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. For some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Ask the maiden what's going on. But we already know what's gonna happen, don't we? She explains that she's come here on her own and she was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door to see her army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing, it's horrible. This is your chance, hero. This is all just a huge misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide. If you could, just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero end. Dang. Set the stage. So I've got to do the hero again. I've got to definitely go about that a different way. Okay, so we're gonna run through the hero one more time, and then we'll start going through everybody else again, seeing what else we can get. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting I gotta actually click on them. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable, swell guy. Ordinary. You're told a maiden has been kidnapped and held captive. You don't get it. Alright. Well, flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden, all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You were faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Ask if they'll let me in again. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable, but they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord and maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured and that she came here on her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's pretty quiet since leaving the Overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. Oh. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but she suddenly takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in and you follow to try to stop her. The smoke is so thick you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No, going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander Hero NB. Ha! Okay. I guess we have to get some more endings with everybody else first. As you see up here, there's a total of 41 endings and we've only gotten 5. So there's a lot more to be found. We'll see. Who will we go with next? We're gonna go with the Overlord again, and we're gonna try to do something different. Hero. What's their deal anyways? Can I? Yes, I can. Okay. Instead of giving him the day off, we're gonna tell him to get back to work. Give them a lecture about responsibility and questioning obedience and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing you too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling, lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You just fall asleep. Just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. You awake to a huge commotion outside. There's a hero and he started murdering your soldiers. Okay, this is the same. This is the same. Okay. We'll try the underling this time. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's not. You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth, but you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around on the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to a nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems frightened and screams for a hero. You consider your options. You tell her to quit yelling again. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends ever considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, "That was just a joke, of course." She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. So we go to sleep and we're awakened by the sounds of battle. The hero has slaughtered your friends and work associates. This time to save yourself. You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can't remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. The kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans or demons, where you'll live peacefully alone in some deep, dark forest somewhere. Deserter underling end? Wow. Okay, so he's hungry and disloyal now. Oh! Oh! Huh. I didn't know I could click on those. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You were told that you were fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? We've already read this. You're in church and you're praying, asking why. We'll introduce ourselves to the... Should we do that? Will it give us the same ending if I do that? Let's see. He's not covered in blood this time. Ha ha! You apologize for causing trouble, but really didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. I see. Hero asks if you will return to the village with him. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. You're about halfway back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. You stop in your tracks. The castle is engulfed in flames. Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you'd forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself, but the fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord. If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Selfless maiden and be. Okay. I see.